I went from barely being able to afford a shared room paying $600 in rent to building multiple seven-figure businesses. And I've been in two other situations where I had to restart from nothing to pulling myself out of that spot and getting myself in a position of financial and time freedom. So after my back against the wall has almost become normal to me, this is exactly what I would do if I restarted 4 years ago and wanted to make as much money as humanly possible. The first thing you need to keep in mind is you have literally no skills. Because think about it, if you did have skills, then you would be making money. The biggest misconception is you need money to make money. And while that can help sometimes, that's wrong. You need skills. If you don't know how to solve problems for people and add value to their life, then how do you expect to be paid? If you were to go into some local business and make them $5 million in a year, do you think they would have any problem giving you $1 million? No, they wouldn't. And the problem is you don't know how to make any business $5 million. So accept that, put your head down, and realize that you need to learn a valuable skill. Nobody wants to work for somebody with no skills, and nobody wants to buy from someone with no skills either. And the thing is, you only have your time to trade for money, and that's a really hard game to play. But your skills is something no one will be able to take from you. No matter if your wife divorces you, if you lose everything gambling, no matter what, you will always have your skills. And if you do have those skills, you will always be able to make money. So the first thing we need to do is to learn some sort of skill so we can provide some value to somebody. Now, I don't know what situation you're in. I don't know if you're dead broke and can't afford rent. I don't know if you can't afford food. I don't know if you can't afford things and just want to be a millionaire. So I can't tell you exactly what to do. But no matter what, it doesn't matter what skill you want to learn. It just depends on your situation. But some skill that allows you to provide value to somebody while getting paid for it. So whether that's content, digital marketing, coding, sales, it does not matter to me. And so let's say you're in the position where you can't afford rent and you need money right now in this moment. Go get a sales job. There's hundreds of sales jobs hiring that's like 40 or 50K base, and you don't need any experience or degree. All you need is a high school diploma and some drive to go fucking do it. So that alone, if you learn that skill and if you master it, you'll be able to provide value to any business because that's generating revenue, which is actually the most important thing in business. And the same thing goes here. The more value you provide to people, the more money you make. Now, let's say you're in a different situation where you have a job or rent isn't a problem or food isn't an issue to pay for. There's a different way that I would go about things. If you don't have any money, like I said, at all, then go into sales. But if you are in that situation where you're a little bit comfortable, but you just want more, then that's when I would start some sort of business or agency or something of that nature. But however you want to learn the skill, whether that's YouTube or some program or whatever, all I need you to focus on is implementing what you learn immediately. Because if you're not implementing the things that you're gaining knowledge about, then it means nothing. Because that's how you get better at things. Consuming content won't just make you better at an activity. You owe it to yourself to be great and successful, so put all of your effort into one thing for 1 year and just see what happens. The second problem is you have absolutely no leverage. If you don't understand the concept of leverage, think about it like an Olympian pole vaulter. There is no way that they could jump 10 feet on their own. They don't have the power in their legs to do that. But with the assistance, the right tools, and the right angles, they have the ability to propel themselves 10 times further than they could have with their legs. And that's the exact cycle of being broke. You have absolutely no levers to pull. Because like I said, you have no skills, you have no leverage to put in more hours, and you have no money to invest into getting more skills. So all you have is time and very little skills or leverage, which is a very, very hard game to play, like I said. And if you've watched me before, you know that I say that somebody making 7 figures isn't that much different than you. The two things that they have is A, more skills, and B, more leverage. So right now we need to trade our time for skills and something to allow us to become more leveraged. This ties directly into the last point. Generate a skill to provide value to other people in exchange for money, and then use that money to obtain more leverage. Whether that's hiring a team, spending money on paid ads, you will never make the money you want to make if you're all by yourself. You need a group of talented people around you that are good at the things that you're not good at. Think about even Alex Hormozi or Iman Gadzhi. Do you think these guys are the best at like the intricacies of Facebook ads or selling? No. They have leverage and capital and can manage people and put them in a situation to achieve their goals. So Alex and Iman hire people that are better than them at those things to really be able to achieve those 6, 7, and 8 figure marks. So I say all this to get across that you don't have to be the best closer, marketer, and everything in the whole world. To make money, you need to be able to manage people and put them in a position to grow and succeed. The third problem is you're comfortable and you're okay with being average and mediocre. If you were in that much pain of being broke, you already would have found something that could have made you money somehow. Meaning that the pain of being broke clearly hasn't gotten to you enough. I need you to realize there are going to be so many people saying not to do this and not to do this, whether that's family members or friends. They're going to tell you that you're going to fail. And 99% of the time, they're going to be right. You're going to fail, and that's expected. But that one time that you don't will be worth it for the 99 others. But in order to do this, we need to assume that luck does not exist. at least not in your case. We need to assume that when we do succeed, it will not come from luck, and it's going to come from providing 7 figures worth of value to other people and 7 figures worth of value to their business. But if you're in that situation where you can make rent and eat food and be somewhat comfortable and you just want to make more, I need you to realize if you wait to be so broke where you actually have the motivation and discipline to go take action on something, then that is where it gets dangerous, because it's so easy to get stuck in a loop of mediocrity. The biggest danger of being broke is being comfortable and complacent. Like if you're in the position where your job is okay and your boss is kind of a dick, but he's not the biggest dick in the world, and you get paid okay, but it's not the worst thing. And if you live in an apartment and there's mold in the ceiling, but it's okay and it's in a good part of the city and it's not that expensive and it's just all right. Or if your girlfriend is just okay, you're not deeply in love with her, but it'll do. That's when it's really fucking dangerous. And if that's your goal, that's okay. I'm not saying that that's a bad thing at all, but odds are if you're watching this video, I'm gonna go ahead and guess that that's not your goal. But what I'm trying to get across here is if you are in that situation, then it would almost be better if your situation was worse, because then it would give you the motivation to recreate your life to be better. At that point, your only regret would be not doing it sooner. The thing I need you to realize is there has to be some sort of pain or catalyst to catapult you into the place of success that you want to be. Think about every successful person in the world that you know, whether that's your neighbor who's rich or Elon Musk or Jeff Bezos, any of these people. How many of them had an easy life where they didn't go through any problems and it was super easy, their parents were rich and they just inherited it all? The answer is none of them. I say all this to say, if you want to be rich and successful, then we're gonna have to hope for fucking storms and wish for failure so we can be put in the situation where we experience massive success. So I hope this video provided you some sort of clarity or insight on what you can go do if you feel stuck in this situation. And if it did, make sure to subscribe for more value. And I need you to know, I'm rooting for you.